There we go. I could get in the front and explain it.
You're explaining something.
All right, cool. Deuteronomy, chapter 9. You guys there? Before we get service. This is a pre-service before the service. Deuteronomy chapter 31. Let's keep you on your toes. You did good. See, that means you remember. So everyone gets on. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 31. I'm going to start at verse 9. So, this is after, the first 12 chapters as you read. He says, take heed. Remember what you did. Remember how you're rebellious. Remember how you're stiff-necked. Hey, when you get into this land and you take lands that you didn't possess, hey, don't forget. Hey, when you build stuff and I multiply you, hey, don't do this. And then he's going to get into all the laws and the commandments. So this is when after he's given it all. This is chapter 31, verse 9. You guys ready? All right. And Moses wrote this law and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, that bear the ark of the covenant of the Almighty, and unto the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, said, at the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacles, when you all are coming and appear before the Lord, which we are today, thy Yah, in the place which ye have choose, you shall read this law before all the Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men, women, and children, and the strangers that is within thy gate, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and that they may fear the Almighty your Yah, to observe and to do all the words of this law. So we're supposed to read this. And yes, you could say, oh, we don't know the 7th year of the year of release or the year of Jubilee. This is correct. But we just read it every year because it's not going to hurt. And look how powerful we've become if from 6 years old all the way until they're 20 years old, every single year they read Deuteronomy and all the statutes. Because all the laws that pretty much pertain to us is in Deuteronomy. Yes, we have the Levitical priesthood, but that was with the priests and how to deal with leprosy and then getting them out of the camp. But the main meat and potatoes of the law, we haven't got there, but Moses is going to tell you probably from verse 15 all the way to this 31, all of how to deal with a wife, how to deal with your children, how to deal with your ox, your bull, everything to deal with the law of keeping the commandments is in Deuteronomy for the most part. And so he says, read this every year on the Feast of Tabernacles. So that's why we read it. So I did forget. I normally read this. It roughs out. If you look at all the chapters, I think it's 4. I think 34 divided by, I think it's 4 chapters a day. We might be at 34 divided by 8. I think it's like 4 or 6 chapters a day and whatnot. And then that should get you 8, 16, 24, 36. Yeah, 4 or 5 chapters a day. And that should get you past Deuteronomy, and then you read the whole Deuteronomy every year. So hopefully that explains why we're reading what we're in. So, all right. Cool.
So you could technically read it once every 7 years?
You could read it once every 7 years, yes. But if you read it every year, you're 7 times stronger.
Oh. All right. There you have it, guys.
Oh. Yeah, so when you see me on the phone when you're reading, I wasn't just looking, I was trying to find the scripture. I don't want you to think I was just playing around on my phone while we were reading the word. Oh, boy. You got like 5 minutes. Alright, who wants to give the Almighty praise? You gotta stand up and tell why you thank the Almighty. Matter of fact, go ahead, you start off. Everyone's gonna do it. You got 5 minutes before service start. Go in front and tell you why you thank the Most High. It's not hard. Yeah, go ahead, testimony. Yeah, like testimony, very good. You serve the Almighty today.
I thank the Almighty for waking me up this morning.
Alright, let's just start.
I thank the Almighty for placing two of my family strong together.
Cool. Alright, go ahead. Yep. You can go with Izzy. That way, if you're shy, go with Izzy. Yeah.
the Almighty for giving me be able to eat it every day and giving the roof over my head.
Two times. One, I thank Almighty because this dude tried to play me in basketball. I did a killer hook and I scored on him. And then when he had the ball, I got him. I got the ball off him. So hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't even play ball, and I held it down. But I definitely thank Almighty for being with the brothers and sisters for this feast. It was a major blessing. That way I can spend time. We get the one-on-ones and spend time with the young cubs growing up, helping them to be a young man and whatnot, and just knowing that we're here to be their counselors, their coach, teach them how to be men, teach them how to be fathers, teach them how to be husbands, teach them how to be sons of the Most High. Be there in their time of distress and whatnot, be there in their darkest hours. When we have children, when they're young, we pick them up. But when they get old, they're too big for us to pick them up. So what do? Dad, I lost my job, or Dad, this girl broke my heart, or Dad, we still pick them up. We still encourage them. We never stop picking up our children. So it's definitely a blessing that I could be with the brothers and sisters. You got 3 more minutes. You got to get that open. Yeah, I can turn it off. I usually turn it off when I start moving. We got 3 more minutes. Are you going to turn it off now? It's on super low.
It's on?
Yes.
It's fine. Yeah, so there you have it. So the best thing that we can do is always, thank the Most High for everything, because, it's because of Him, naturally, that we have everything, We don't offer Him up, the praises, when you say, hey, you did a good job, this and that. Praise to the Most High, right? We give it to the Most High. It's because of Him, right? We never want to take the glory that belongs to Him. So that's good. We're thankful for a lot of people the Most High has given us. We never take the praise that belongs to Him. So all praise goes to Him. So this is why you can find, like a lot of people say, all praises to the Most High, right? And I see it a lot on Facebook, and it's just like, all praises to the Most High. It's just like the thing to say.
Saying hello.
Yeah, it's like the thing to say. I'm like, right? But in the end, it makes sense, right? Because all praises do go to the Most High. But it's good that, you guys want to thank the Almighty for waking you up. And, we got to be thankful. And all praises go to Him. So, whether good or bad, He's good in the end. After it's all said and done, He's good. The only one that's good. That's why we learn. We try to learn. We obey. We abide in Him, His ways, to help us be better than what we were. Right? We're always going to be learning and growing. Hopefully, as long as we don't stay stagnant and think we know it all, we'll always be able to grow and be in His, be under His unction. The moment we decide that, I know it all, or you can't try to teach me nothing, we'll always be learning something. But when you say that, you kind of put a block on what God can move, where God can move in your life, or the Most High move in your life. So just keep that in mind. I'm thankful for life. A lot of you guys have known I did have cancer. It was terminal. Made it out. The Most High be with us. Recovered. This was years ago. I'm in remission, but all praise to the Most High, right? I'm alive today. I have my family. We're still all under one roof. It's amazing. It's amazing. See, when people truly have the heart after the Father, things will definitely work out. But when people start to put themselves first, I noticed that that's when the issues come inside the marriage, right? Pertaining to married people. So when they start to put themselves first before the Father, like they care more about their own needs than, the needs of the family. They become the center focus of their relationship, in the relationship, which often is, well, I'm not comfortable, and this, and it becomes about them and not necessarily the marriage itself, right? So becoming selfish, and not giving praises to God for every situation, even if it's bad, that puts a stamp in your relationship with your spouse, which then creates another mark and another mark, and every time all these marks start to happen, you start to fall apart in your marriage, right? You start declining or disliking or pulling away from your spouse, which is a bad thing. We definitely want to love on our wives There's always going to be downtime. There's also going to be uptime. You know what I mean? There's a time for everything. So you got to learn how to fight through it. You know, I think the Most High that He's teaching us in His Word how to fight through it, how to learn from Him and His ways. The way He treats us according to the Scripture is how the men we should be unto our wives. And wives, it gives us direction, right? Gives you guys direction how to love or submit under your husband, ultimately. Because God's way, Most High's way, will always work. But when we try to put our own way into it, you know, that's where the ground becomes shaky, right? Because we're replacing His way with our own way. We think we're right. His ways are better. Trust it, right? If you're both abiding according to His way, you'll be strong. All right. So we're gonna get started. I got a couple of scriptures for you guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to start off in Galatians, the book of Galatians, chapter 6. Today is actually the 5th day of the Feast of Tabernacles. If you don't already have a tabernacle, get some sticks, make a little hut, you know, get some leaves, put them together, roll under there, pray to the Most High. It's in the scripture. There's places to find it. Well, we got Leviticus 23. You'll find it in there. Let's get it done. I mean, the Most High requires that we keep it. So, this direction. So, yeah, we got Galatians 6. Let me know when you're at 6. You're there? All right, bro. Teacher Simon, good job. I'm glad you got there. All right, so since we're all there now, you there, Shachi? Okay, just listen up, okay? Actually, we're going to start at verse 8. Chapter 6, verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit, go ahead.
Shall the Spirit reap life everlasting?
The Spirit will reap life everlasting.
My bad.
Verse 9. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season
We shall reap
if we
faint not.
faint not. Right? So a lot of the times, you know, we'll come into the truth. The truth, coming into the truth or obeying His commandments, it's a lot harder than just being an average believer, just being a standard Christian or whatnot. Because in truth, you really have to sacrifice and give up a lot of things that you're not used to. Like when I came into truth, I had to give up pork, right? No bacon, no ham products, nothing like that. And even like just the slides, like gelatin, marshmallows, cereals, and different things like that, we had to give up because He says, hey, it's unclean. Now, if I consider my body to be a holy temple for the Most High, and He says these things are unclean, I shall not put these things into me, right? Then I have to abide by His way. So that was a tough one, right? I stopped fornicating. I stopped cursing. I stopped doing a lot of things unto the Most High because I wanted to make my Father, right, proud. Like you would in natural flesh, you want to make your parents proud, make your father proud, make your mother proud, right? But I want to do this unto the Father, the Most High, the Creator of all, right? So for me to make my Father proud and say, oh, look at my son, he's doing good. You know, oh, he's trying to appease me, right? I want him to be happy with me, right? Just like our children want us to be happy with them.
That's right.
Just we want our parents to be happy with us. We also want to make sure that the Most High is happy with us, right? So abide by His ways, you will not go wrong. His ways will make you righteous, right? You continue to fight and learn and grow, develop the skills that you need. And it may be a time point, man, I'm tired of this. I keep this up every Saturday. Everybody's out there having fun, right? They're going on picnics. They're going to Disneyland, this and that. It's Saturday, dude. I used to always, I used to go out Friday nights and, and it becomes, because you see everybody else doing it, right? But just continue the path. It may be hard, everybody may be doing stuff, but it kind of might be a time for you to look within yourself and see what am I doing is right. Because what I start to find out that the more I stay home on Friday night and Saturday, the more time I see with my family. Friday night, we'll have dinner at the table. It's so intimate, man. The relationship that you build with your own family. Maybe the wife cooks, I help, or the kids help out, set the tables and stuff. We all sit down, we break bread, we talk, we communicate. We start to build something that in past generations they used to have, and that's a family setting at the dinner table. We're building, we're growing, we're learning each other. We're speaking about things that we didn't know about each other, right? It's a good meeting place, no phones, right? You have your phone maybe for music or something, or you got to look something up because you're talking about it, but yeah, it's definitely intimate. The Most High, I'm trying, if you learn His ways, you're going to be happy. If you're so, what you call, under subjection to the ways of this world, you may not like it, right? But the true believers will. They'll start to understand, look, this is going to make me better. I'm going to be a better man, a better husband. You know, women, I'm going to be a better wife, a better mother, a better woman. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you'll get out of it. Just don't faint. When the time comes, you're going to realize, man, it's just tiring. I got to go evangelize. I got to live holy. I got to dress modest. You know what I mean? I got to keep his commandments. It gets tiresome, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, the reward will come. Let's go ahead and jump to Luke chapter 1. New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So Matthew, Mark, Luke would be the third. Chapter 1, sir. Chapter 1. Luke chapter 1. Now, I hear a lot of family members like, what are you, a Jew? What are you like? You don't even believe in the Messiah? Do you believe in Jesus? And they're like, yeah, like it's still the same. I still believe in Yeshua, right? Jesus, Yeshua Mashiach, right? I still believe in God, Ahaya or Yah. You know what I'm saying? I still pray. I still, we still have Bible study. We still do praise and worship, right? But we also keep his commandments, his ways and his statutes. We just add more onto us. This is what makes us sharper, right? We learn the Bible, and we abide by its ways, his ways, because he wrote the Bible, right? This is his for the people who want to be true believers and enter into his kingdom. All right, so chapter 1, we're going to start at, let's see here, 37. For with God, for with Yah, nothing shall be impossible. Right. So listen, in my walk, I've seen so many things where I never thought that good would come from it, right? My heart was true in the beginning. When I said, hey God, I'm done with the drugs, I'm done with partying, I'm done with all this, and I'm gonna give my life to you, Father. Right? I separated myself, I stopped doing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And I had to jump out on the ledge, man. It was scary. It was scary at first because all I knew was gone, right? And I knew that I had to make a new path, right? I had to follow in his ways, right? I was very nervous walking in it. I didn't know anybody that was living holy or whatnot, right? And so there I was, homeless and walking my own route, doing my own thing, trying to learn the ways. Just started reading the Bible that day, and I gave everything up to follow him. Throughout life, I have a lot of obstacles to go through, and coming to the truth years down the line. I'm 15 years a Christian, and then I came into truth. So I'm a believer now. I consider myself a true believer, and so from that point on, I began to learn his ways. And so, it did help me in the beginning, but I wanted to get deeper more intimate with the Most High. You know what I mean? And I wanted to be his son, not just a son. I wanted to be his son, right? And so I adopted his ways. And I found that when I started keeping the Sabbath, and I had to keep his holy feast days, a lot of the companies that I worked for were like, "Now we're not having it. Well, this job isn't for you. We need you to work Saturdays and this and that." And so it was like, now I got to battle, like, am I going to work on the Sabbath or make my Father proud and keep his commandment by keeping the Sabbath, right? Fourth commandment was, remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy, right? In it thou shalt do no servile work. And so I was like, now I'm in a dilemma because I need money to live, right? For rent, for food, for clothes, for whatever. But I also need the Father because he's worked a lot in my life and brought me far from where I was. And so now I'm juggling, right? Take care of my family, please the Father, right? It's crazy because trust me, I've turned down high-paying jobs mainly because I wanted to please the Father. So I did away with some of these jobs, right? And I did find jobs that paid less. Howbeit, I was still working and all my needs were met. I still have a roof over my head. My children and my wife were getting fed, right? We kept the lights on. And so, yeah, it wasn't living beyond my means, you know what I mean? Because we couldn't afford it, but it was always like everything was paid for, right? Without worry. And then when we didn't have, the Father provided, whether it be from other believers or whatnot. So nothing is impossible for the Father, right? But He especially wants to hear from His children, right? Prayer of the saints availeth much, right? So if you're a true believer and you believe in the Father and His ways, that nothing's impossible for Him, it will be true. For the what's that saying goes? For a man is what he thinks or believes. You know,
as a man thinks, so is he.
As a man thinks, so is he, right? And so I think and I believe in the Father, and therefore these things come into my life, right? As far as things coming in right on time. It's not, oh, I want to plan ahead and I want to make sure I have this now. Nah, you would be like, man, is it going to come through? Am I going to have money for rent? Unexpected check comes in because the company was sued. Like, I didn't know this shit was coming. Rent paid in full, right? Boom. And God just moves. Y'all moves. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? For what's impossible for man. Like, how am I going to get this money? Do I sell my car? No, because I need that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be too late because rent is due in 2 days. I'm not going to be able to make enough money. Even if I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I can't get plasma. They ain't going to give me, a couple of G's for rent. No. Unexpected check. Most High came through. I was like, yeah. It's true. It's true. This happens. But what we think is impossible for the Most High, it's not. Nothing's impossible for Him. He created everything, right? All right. Let's go. This is real simple. Everybody knows this one. Philippians 4. Let me know when you get there what page it is.
There.
Boys. I already passed it. You know what page it is, boys? Okay, help me out.
1392.
92?
Yeah.
Oh, I was one book over. Oh no, actually, I was right. These pages are stuck. All right, thought so. Chapter 4.
Yep. You're good. Everything's still recording? Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be at chapter 4, verse 13. Notwithstanding, ye have, I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthens me, right? Mm-hmm. So we hear this a lot. We hear this a lot. I can do all things with God who strengthens me, right? Hamashiach who strengthens me. Now, I know that Yeshua walked this earth, right? And I know He walked in the flesh. And I know that He worked miracles. I know that He fasted. I know that He prayed. I know that, you know what I mean? I know that because I read. And if I know it, that means I believe it, right? And so, if you ever had a miracle work in your life, you know, right? And so, whenever I feel like I can't go on or things is just too wrong, right? I can always go to lean on a brother or lean on a sister, right? I mean, there's leaders that are put in place in our lives to help us, right? Hey, pastor, hey, teacher, I'm having problems. You know what I mean, this is what's going on. I met somebody say, oh, go pray about it. Like, well, I did pray about it, and I need help with it. Like, you're an instructor, you're a teacher. You're supposed to help me to understand, and then they won't impart into you. But there are some that will, right? There are some teachers, some preachers that will impart into you and speak life into you, right? And uplift you. And these are the ones that you want in your life, the ones that are in your corner, that know the word ins and outs, that will help you to develop the right type of thinking to help you get to the next level. I can do all things through Hamashiach who strengthens me. We think we're going through it. Hamashiach went through it as well. You know what I'm saying? He struggled. Yeah, I mean, but he kept pursuing. He was persistent because he knew something had to be accomplished. And that was an atonement for all men. So, I just want to thank the Most High for allowing me to be here before you guys. I got Teacher Simon here. Hopefully he come back. I know San Diego's kind of wild for him. But,
Come back. Oh.
but I I want to thank you for allowing me to, to be on your screen and monitor, and for you guys to watch me. I thank the Most High ultimately for all things. Without Him, I definitely would not be here. My children know, my wife knows, the things that we've been through, especially now. And I'm glad that I'm in a better place. My kids can understand and see a different father, within myself, and that's because of Him, because of His ways. I can do all things. I didn't know how to be a father, right? Especially if you never had a father or a dad to teach you. I didn't know how to be a husband, especially if you never really had a good example, right? Everything that I've learned is because of the Father, how He treats His bride, right? We are His bride. How a father treats his children, because we are His children, right? In all examples that you need in life, it can be found within His Scripture. Don't give up on the Most High. If you ever have any questions, pray. Seek the Father. Fast. Go for a walk and pray and just talk to the Most High. He wants to hear from you. He wants you to give your life to Him. That way He can take care of you and teach you His ways. And you won't be disappointed. Alright? Alright, so somebody's calling me. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys again for watching, for joining. For Hebrews United. For the Lord, Yeshua, HaMashiach.
Shalom. Why is Whitney calling?
We're done.
Shalom.
Well, I hope